Hey y'all, this is your girl Melva Tate coming back for another edition of Ball Cap Chronicles, where we are talking about all things around life, careers, and just work in general, businesses from under a ball cap. So what can I share with you from under a ball cap? I hope that you will find value in these knowledge nuggets that I'll share with you today and build upon them to have that better life that we all deserve. So, as I start off, I always talk about my ball cap, and the ball cap of today is my ball cap from Buc-Ee's. So if you don't know about Buc-Ee's, listen, let me tell you about Buc-Ee's. Buc-Ee's is this huge, just think gas station and a Walmart store put together. And so that's kind of what it is. It's just this big, huge rest stop type of, big raceway type of, Cracker Barrel mixed up type of gas station. They got rows and rows and rows of pumps, and then you go into this store, and this is big, magnificent store with all this type of stuff in it. And they've got stuff sectioned off with themes, like in Cracker Barrel, if you go in there, they got little theme stuff, nautical themes, or seashells, or peacock colored themes. Well, that's the same way it is in Buc-Ee's, but they got tons of stuff. They're cooking food. It's just this fabulous place. I was traveling for a speaking engagement and saw it. I was like, man, that is a big thing, gas station store. What is this? And I decided to stop on my way back. Was speaking at the beach at Orange Beach in Alabama, and decided on my way back I would stop there. And I stopped there, and I spent about an hour in this store. Y'all, this store was just off the chain. But anyway, I'm gonna talk about the store more. I'm not trying to do a shout out for Buc-Ee's, but I did get my hat and my Buc-Ee's t-shirt because I want to talk about bad habits. And Buc-Ee's, because I went in Buc-Ee's and went off like a child in a candy store, a toy store, it reminded me of those bad habits that I have that I'm trying to control. So today's topic is all about how do we identify those bad habits that we have, and how can we correct those habits. So let me reverse. Earlier this year, I talked about being the minimalist Melva and how I wanted to reduce things out of my life, reduce all the clutter and noise around me. And that was not only in material things, but in people and processes and everything else. I just wanted to streamline my life. And I knew that one of those things that I had to do was around the material things and clutter. And I'm a big shopper. I love clothes and earrings. I've got like 10 pair of prescription progressive eyeglasses, so just abundance of things. And this is so true to when we deal with some of those bad habits that we have, and how if we don't put them in check, they can control us. So with the minimalist Melva approach, I wanted to streamline, and I promised myself that I would not buy non-essentials. I would not buy anything that was not essential for me for my day-to-day life. So if I walked into Walmart, I'm going straight to the self-care aisle to get lotion and toothpaste and those deodorant, those things that I need. And I was going to avoid any of their clothing or underwear or lingerie or socks, stuff that I don't need. I already had enough of. And that was my approach to shopping in the new year. Only buy what you need. Well, I'll tell you, I failed when I went to Buc-Ee's, because I was just amazed at all of this neat, creative, custom-made, handmade things that they had in their store. And it was just so intriguing. And the store was just a buzz and people were around. And I just got that shopping bug that I knew that I couldn't control in that environment, because it was just so exciting. Like these cute little earrings, they're leather made by a nice little artisan. I think that's in Alabama, they're the leather. It was just stuff like that. Which brings me back to my issue of bad habits. I had to realize that my habit for shopping, and the fact that I don't need 20 pair of black boots, which is what I have now, no lie, that it came from scarcity. When I was growing up as a child, we didn't have a whole lot. I didn't know that we were poor until I was old enough to know that we were poor, because we had a lot of love and fun and laughter in our home, but we did not have an abundance of those material things. And I knew as an adult, particularly for me, I was just odd shaped like olive oil, real tall. I was like 5'10" in the 5th or 6th grade, and just less than 100 pounds, and I just this awkward shape. And it was hard to dress me because my feet were long, and they didn't have children's shoes in that size, and just this whole thing of lack. So I didn't have a whole lot of clothing growing up, a whole lot of shoes, and oftentimes what I got was ill-fitting or a hand-me-down. As I got older, I knew that I wanted to invest time in me, and some of that included buying those things that I wanted. And I've been very fortunate of late that I don't have to worry about, does this fit in the budget, which I know I need a spending plan. Everybody needs a spending plan regardless of how much money you make. But it didn't create a hardship for me to go and buy what I wanted. But then I looked up years later and realized you don't need 20 black skirts, like the 20 black pair of boots. And that was my approach to starting this minimalist lifestyle. Only buy what I need. So when I went into Buc-Ee's, I realized that bad habit I had not controlled. And it is okay if we fall off the wagon in our goals. So I do want to encourage you, if you set a plan of action and you fall down, you fall off that horse, don't just stop on that journey. Get back up on that horse and continue on that road to where you're trying to get to. So that was for me. One is self-awareness. I know where it comes from, the lack of the scarcity and the lack of as a child, and feeling that now that I have and I can obtain, I want to do that. But it also made me realize that we all have these habits in life that sometimes they're minute enough, they may not seem like it's a big issue, like you're always 5 minutes late or 10 minutes late when you're meeting up with family or girlfriends or things of that nature. Or it could be a bad habit that affects your health, like smoking. Like my dad has smoked for the past 65 years almost. And we've tried to get him to quit and he won't quit, but that's a whole nother story and a whole nother topic. But I think when we talk about those bad habits that we have, we do need to, one, be aware of where they come from. Mine was shopping, and it came from a scarcity. And then also establish a game plan on how we're going to deal with that. So although I broke down in Buc-Ee's and bought this hat, and I bought these earrings, and I bought this t-shirt, and I bought a purse, and I bought some little knickknacks for the kids, stuff I don't need, but I just had to have it. But I also realized that my plan of action is, if I'm committed to my goal, which I am, now I've got to go back home because I'm in a hotel room and I'm still traveling, but I got to go back home and do what I committed to do, which is the purge. So for everything that I bring in that's a non-essential, I've got to get rid of one. So that means I've got to go home and find a hat that I don't really use or don't get a whole lot of usage out of, and put it in the giveaway bag, and another t-shirt and put it in the giveaway bag, and another pair of earrings and put it in the giveaway bag, and you get the picture. So I've got to self-correct myself to make sure that I don't let those bad habits that I've identified continue to control me. So I just want to encourage you with that word is, if you fall off and you've set a goal and you know you've got a bad habit that you're trying to correct, sometimes those habits can get the best of us and we do fall down. But I encourage you to get back up and keep moving on, and then go back to your original plan of action. Because normally if we've identified something that we need to change or correct in our life, we should have a plan of action for it. And if we don't continue to follow through in that plan of action, it is okay to restart. Don't just say, okay, I give up and now I'm gonna go back and buy anything. I promise y'all, Amazon is about to do a health and wellness check on me, because I don't buy as much stuff from Amazon anymore. I'm not online ordering stuff and having boxes shipped every other day of stuff that I don't even need, and then I open it up and it's like a Christmas surprise because I done forgot what the heck I ordered. So they probably gonna do a wellness check. Say, what is wrong with Melva Tate and why she don't order as much as she used to? But anyway, back to your habits. Make sure if you fall off, you get back on. That's just my word of encouragement for you all. I hope you will feed on that knowledge nugget. I do have some more strategies that I'm gonna put in some future editions of Ball Cap Chronicles about those bad habits that we have and how we can course correct those habits once we identify them and establish a game plan for it. I love y'all. I want you to be your best. And if you ever traveling in one of these states, you know, Buc-Ee's, this is, I guess, the Mobile beach area, the coastal Alabama area was one of the first ones to get it in the state. It is a fabulous store, but just leave your credit card and your debit card in the car because you're probably going to go crazy like me. Be blessed, y'all.